Hey everyone, good Saturday morning. It's Cynthia Ray, of course, saying hi to everybody. I just wanted to congratulate you all. It's day 20. I can't believe it. We're almost to day 21. And I just want to acknowledge a few things. So, first of all, the amazing progress you guys have all made. And then also the fact that we have been eating the same food for a long time. And it's no secret, obviously, but I know some of us are really craving certain foods and have a desire for certain things and are really getting tired of the mundane food, or the same foods at least we've been eating. And some of you haven't and been totally fine with it, and maybe getting creative with some of the foods. So, what I'm going to be doing is we're going to be having a guest speaker, a guest person come, a good friend of mine, Elena Ribko. She's a marriage and family therapist who actually works closely with me. We work together, and our message is to spread the message of body love, of loving and embracing your body for how it is, for how you can care for it, how it can care for you. And so, one of the things that I'm really interested in is self acceptance, nurturing your body, and also intuitive and mindful eating. So, basically, the non diet approach or non restrictive approach to weight management and natural wellness and healthcare. So, what I want to share with you guys today is a little bit about intuitive and mindful eating. So, first of all, as we transition out of this cleanse, you want to know how to experience your food, both physically, emotionally, and mentally. And you're going to notice that, like I said earlier, is that there's a lot of foods that some of you are really craving, and there's a reason for that. Your body is wanting something new and different. And I know some of us have hit a plateau or even regained the weight we lost, or maybe not. I mean, it just depends on what your experience is. But typically, what happens is when our bodies are asking for something over and over again, but we keep denying it over time, your body will kind of retaliate in a way and or adapt to the situation. So it goes back to its set point weight. So it's super important that we vary our diets and listen to our bodies. If you think about it, like with kids, or when you were a kid, we all ate intuitively. And intuitive eating basically means listening to your body for what type of food it feels like in the moment. So as we have cleaned up our food and cleaned out our internal organs and everything, you're going to definitely notice that your body is going to be, or your taste buds and your body will be more sensitive to foods that we've taken out over the past 3 weeks. So, for example, sugar, alcohol, dairy, maybe some nuts, and some animal protein, and caffeine, of course, are some of the things that your body's typically going to be really sensitive to when you reintroduce it. So take it easy on that. And the cool thing is that we're not only resetting our internal organs, but also our desire for certain types of foods. So we're going to be very much starting, I guess, with a clean slate and noticing how our bodies desire certain foods and how we experience them in a different way, which in itself is intuitive eating. So right now is an awesome opportunity as we reintroduce food to really get in touch and be hypersensitive in a positive way to your physical needs for food and what your taste buds experience. So basically, intuitive eating, like I said, is looking for foods and acknowledging your body's desire for certain types of foods at certain points. So I know typically people will say, "Oh, I crave chocolate or sweets right before my period starts," or "I tend to get bloated when I eat a lot of bread," or I know there's a variety of things, people will mention, or dairy makes me feel stuffy, or carbohydrates make me feel sleepy. So those are all intuitive things. Those are all things that our bodies tell us in a response to the foods that it likes or does not like at a certain time in our lives. I know if I'm sleepy at all, carbohydrates give me a horrible headache. So I know that off the bat. So I'm not even going to get near a carbohydrate if I'm feeling that way, because it'll just make me feel worse. So at that moment, I want more protein and vegetables, things that feel more refreshing and uplifting to my body. So that's an example of intuitive eating. And sometimes we just might really we want something really sweet, take a couple bites and realize it's almost too sweet, but that's okay because it was just enough to satisfy our need at the moment. So it basically takes you away from all or nothing thinking and eating, and in itself manages your body weight. And with as far as weight loss goes, it's never a good idea to restrict your calories because it's only going to leave your body wanting more and then gaining more weight later on. So I'm going to share with you some articles about how to maintain your body weight or lose body weight, body fat, without restricting calories. That's coming up after this video. I hope I can find that back again. Anyhow, so with regard to mindful eating, that's a whole nother thing. So mindful eating is basically knowing when you're hungry and stopping when you're satisfied. So that basically takes you sitting and being with the food in the moment. So sitting with your food by yourself in a quiet place, tasting each bite of food, not swallowing it until you've done chewing. Sorry, not taking the next bite of food until you're done swallowing the first bite. So even, taking a bite, chewing it, putting your fork down, chewing it, swallowing it, and then once you're swallowed it, grab your fork and bring the next bite into your mouth, or if you're eating something in your hands, and bring the food to your mouth, chew it, swallow it, and then take another bite. So that in itself is going to make you more mindful about how your body feels and how it's experiencing that particular food in the moment. So it's mindful eating. And intuitive eating and mindful eating go hand in hand as far as acknowledging what your body needs, giving it that particular food, and enjoying it when you're eating it and tasting it, all of it. A lot of times we want more of something sweet because we want maybe the sweet life, or we want sweet and creamy food because we want a hug, or we want affirmation or some kind of a comfort, like comfort food, they say. So sweet and creamy, or warm and creamy. Those comfort type foods actually usually are symbolic of us wanting some kind of emotional comfort as well, especially if you're eating when you're not hungry. So that's the thing. If you're eating when you're not hungry, you want to stop and ask yourself, well, what is it exactly that I'm needing right now? Am I needing more food? Probably not, because you're not hungry. Am I needing some emotional comfort in some way? Am I needing to talk to somebody? Am I needing some prayer, some meditation, to journal? Things like that, because if you're bringing food into your body when you're not hungry, you're ultimately going to gain weight because your body's not asking for food in that moment. You're being a mindless eater, or maybe even being mindful and you're noticing that you're eating when you're not hungry. So one of the best ways, or probably the best way, to maintain or lose weight is to be a mindful and intuitive eater, to eat when you're hungry, stop when you're satisfied, and really enjoy and savor the food while you're eating it. If we're mindlessly eating, usually we'll just grab something that we see with something else on our mind, put it in our mouth, and walk away with something still on our mind, and don't even realize that we ate something until we taste a flavor in our mouth. We wonder, oh yeah, what was it that I just ate? So that's mindless eating, where we're just grabbing something and not even realizing we did it, which over time can lead to weight gain. So, of course, exercise is a huge component to managing weight, but it's not the only thing. The primary thing is diet and being mindful and intuitive about what we eat. So I just want to share with you a little bit about mindful and intuitive eating as we move on to the next phase, food reintroduction. And if you're really craving something right now, that's totally fine. Take a few bites. This is not necessarily an all or nothing thing. Take a few bites of it, experience it, taste it, and then move on to your next cleanse meal. So anyway, just want to give you a heads up on this. I'm going to share also some links to some articles that I looked into, and also understanding the types of foods we're going to be eating to continue taking care of your body. I really believe that the foundation of our diet needs to be vegetables and whole plant foods. Thinking like in a pyramid, so the bottom of the pyramid would be vegetables and whole plant foods. Then moving up, we would have some fruits with some nuts and seeds, and also some protein sources of or non-animal protein sources, plant sources of protein. So things we've been eating, lentils and beans, quinoa. And then above that, even more so, would be animal protein with some grains. And the very top are sweets. And even included in there, I think a little glass of wine a few times a week is completely acceptable and healthy. So I'm going to be posting some pictures of food guide pyramids that I found online that are close to what I'm thinking about, but not exactly what I'm thinking. So what I'm thinking that would be great is a combination of a Mediterranean diet with, they call it a nutritarian diet. It's interesting, nutritarian diet, as well as another, what's it called? Dr. Mercola has a meal plan food guide pyramid out there. So I'll share those all with you as an idea. I've also developed a meal plan for you all to take a look at, so you can use as a sample for continuing with your eating as we reintroduce foods. Anyhow, that's pretty much all I had to say for right now. I'll send you those links. of course, I'm here if you have any questions. And if you want to continue following me and continue receiving posts and getting information about nutrition daily, go ahead and go to my Well Within Facebook page. So if you go to wellwithin.com/Facebook, I'm sorry, facebook.com/wellwithin nutrition, you'll be able to find my Facebook page. If you click like, you'll be able to get updated articles on that. And then also, I have Elena and I have a page called Body Love. And if you go onto Facebook and search for Body Love, you'll see Elena and I on there. We have a page dedicated to nurturing, accepting, loving our bodies, intuitive and mindful eating, and all those fantastic things. Take a look at that and follow us. And I think that's about it. Anyway, if you have questions, just let me know. Of course, I'm always here for you. And have a fantastic Saturday. Take care. Bye.